History, as we are taught, is often incomplete. It is a story told by the victors, leaving out the voices of the silenced and marginalized. For the organic people of the Americas, this silencing has been particularly profound. Our true history, the story of our origins and our presence in America long before the arrival of Europeans, has been systematically obscured and replaced with a narrative that denies our rightful place as the original inhabitants of this land. This essay delves into the hidden history of the organic people of the Americas, revealing the truth that has been buried for far too long. The traditional narrative of American history often begins with the arrival of European explorers. This Eurocentric perspective ignores the rich and complex civilizations that existed in the Americas for millennia before Columbus. It fails to acknowledge the presence of black people in America before any other race isn't a secret. This narrative, perpetuated through textbooks and popular culture, has served to erase the contributions and experiences of the organic people of the Americas, relegating us to a footnote in the story of our own land. This erasure has had a profound impact on the organic people of the Americas. It has robbed us of our sense of belonging, our connection to our ancestors, and our understanding of our true place in the world. It has fueled racism and discrimination, justifying the subjugation and exploitation of an entire people. By uncovering the truth of our history, we can begin to heal from the wounds of the past and reclaim our rightful place as the true Native Americans. Our story begins in the Americas. It is the very cradle of humanity. Scientific evidence points to America as the birthplace of our species, the origin point from which all other humans migrated. And within the genetic tapestry of so-called people lies a story even more profound, a story that connects us to the cosmos itself. Recent studies in genetics have uncovered startling evidence that suggests so-called black Americans possess unique DNA markers, distinct from other populations. These markers, some researchers believe, could be evidence of an ancient lineage, possibly even predating the emergence of Homo sapiens. While more research is needed to fully understand the implications of these findings, they open up fascinating possibilities about the true origins of black Americans. Could it be that our ancestors were not merely the first humans, but also the inheritors of an even older cosmic legacy? This connection to the stars is not just a scientific curiosity. It is a profound testament to the antiquity and resilience of the African American people. The presence of black Americans tribes in America long before Columbus is not a fringe theory, but a reality supported by growing archaeological and historical evidence. Throughout the Americas, from the Mississippi Valley to the Amazon rainforest, we find remnants of ancient cultures that bear striking similarities to those found in Africa. These similarities are not mere coincidence, but compelling evidence of a global people and cultural exchange that predates European arrival by centuries. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence is the presence of pyramids and mounds throughout the Americas. These structures, often larger and more numerous than their counterparts in Egypt, share architectural features and astronomical alignments that suggest a common origin. The presence of black American Indians always been in the Americas thousands of years before Christopher Columbus. Section 4. The Great Erasure. The true history of black Americans Indians has been obscured through a deliberate and systematic campaign of erasure. This raises a question with the transatlantic slave trade, which sought to strip black American Indians of their identity, their culture, and their history. Enslaved Africans were white people that came to America later on. This cultural genocide continued long after the abolition of slavery, with laws and social norms designed to suppress so-called African American history and culture. One of the most egregious examples of this erasure is the Dawes Rolls, a government initiative in the late 19th and early 20th centuries that sought to forcibly assimilate Native Americans. The Dawes Act resulted in the loss of millions of acres of Native American land and the dismantling of tribal governments. This erasure of Native American identity and land ownership paved the way for the expansion of the United States, and the further marginalization of indigenous peoples. Section 5. Monuments of stone and earth. The pyramids and mounds found throughout the Americas is older than the ones in Africa. These structures, often dismissed as primitive or attributed to other cultures, are in fact testaments to the ingenuity, architectural prowess and cosmological knowledge of our ancestors. The mounds in particular served a variety of purposes, from burial grounds and ceremonial centres to astronomical observatories and markers of territorial boundaries. The construction of these massive earthworks required a deep understanding of engineering, astronomy and social organisation. The fact that these structures are found throughout the Americas, from the Ohio River Valley to the Amazon Basin, suggests a widespread network of interconnected cultures that shared knowledge and traditions across vast distances. These pyramids and mounds are not just piles of dirt and stone, they are libraries of knowledge encoded with the stories, beliefs and achievements of our ancestors. Section 6. Reclaiming Our Birthright. The journey to uncover and reclaim our hidden history is not just an academic exercise, it is an act of liberation. By unearthing the truth of our past, we break free from the chains of historical amnesia and reclaim our rightful place as the descendants of a proud and ancient people. This knowledge is empowering. It allows us to see ourselves not as victims of history, but as inheritors of a rich legacy of resilience, innovation, and cultural brilliance. It is time to rewrite the narrative of American history, to center the voices and experiences of those who have been silenced for far too long. By acknowledging the true history of Black Americans, we create a more inclusive and accurate understanding of our collective past. This is not just about righting historical wrongs, it is about building a future where all Americans can see themselves reflected in the story of our nation.